Hi friends, it's Pastor Craig. You know, some of the most difficult times in my life are when I felt the closest to God. I think of the struggles I had in seminary, deciding to leave television, the struggles I've had in my marriage life and with kids. Whenever I feel like I'm having the biggest challenge, I'm pressed up against the cross of Christ and pressed up against my wife and I are kind of experiencing that trauma bond, if you will. Now we're pressed up against each other. We're in the battle together. And I think about Paul's letter to the Romans, where he talks about our sufferings, our challenges, that there actually can be a good thing. God can use them for good. He says this in Romans chapter 5, verses 3. Not only do we rejoice in the hope and the glory of God, but we also rejoice in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope, friends, does not disappoint us. We don't have a hopefulness, geez, I hope things will get better. It's just a wishful thinking. No, our hope is a sure and certain hope, because it comes from the Word of God, from God Himself, His only Son, Jesus the Christ, who came to be with us, to be pressed up against next to us, so that we know that through all things, God will strengthen us. That these current sufferings we're experiencing, these current challenges, are producing our character, our perseverance, making us more resolute as people, as Christians, relying more on each other as God intended for the church to be, that we would be a community that cares for one another, that looks out for one another's needs, or where you suffer, I suffer. And when we see that we're in this together, we're more resolute. And therefore we have the hope that can only come from a community that believes so strongly in something that they're willing to give their very lives for it. I think that's where we find ourselves this day, that we are in the middle of this edge of hopefulness, this difficult time that's bringing us all closer together in ways I've never seen as a Christian leader. And I can't wait to the other side of this difficult situation, when we all discover the incredible, hope-filled world that God has for us in Jesus Christ.